Hello and welcome back. This is video number 7, creating high quality thank you offers. So after you have researched your niche and you've analyzed the vendors and the buyer's desires, it's time to create a high value offer. So you're going to pretty much take everything that you have taken notes upon and analyzed and figured out and simply create a product, an ebook, a video course, whatever that might be. Now, really what it comes down to is either you have more money or more time. And what I mean by that is if you have more money to spend and invest in your business, then I would highly recommend that you outsource this process to an expert writer, an expert video course creator, or somebody else who is able to simply write about the subject matter. And that way you can focus primarily on finding vendors who will say yes. Now, if you do not have as much money to invest in the business, and if that is the case, then you will need to spend more time. In other words, you'll need to spend more time creating the high value offer yourself. So either way, I'm going to show you different routes that you can take. So the secret is from video number 5, where we talked briefly about finding vendors to piggyback on. And in doing so, we were able to study the vendors and a niche, and you should know different topics that you can create a high value product on. Remember, it's not about creating something that the vendor has already created. It's by creating something of high value that is not in direct competition, but is related in some sort of fashion, whereas the vendor will actually say yes. So once you have decided upon that and you have taken notes, and if you haven't, feel free to go back and do so. Next, what you want to do is you want to kind of choose a medium, meaning what are you going to provide as far as the value goes? Is it going to be in the form of a report, an ebook, an audiobook, a video course, or a webinar? What is that going to be in the form of? Because knowing that is crucial, because if you know what that is, you'll be able to find out who you will need to hire or what you need to do to get that created. So like I said, if you have more time, you can do it yourself. But we recommend that you actually outsource this process, because this process will take time. You know, creating an ebook, you need to create it in outline. Creating a report, same thing. So if you can kind of get an idea of what this particular buyer likes, what they don't like, and really hone in on that. And what you want to do is you want to create an outline. Now, you can take a look at other ebooks, other reports, other audiobooks that are similar, not necessarily wanting to copy it, but to get an idea of how it's laid out. You can even look at the reviews and take a look at the negative reviews and see what people are complaining about as far as maybe this book or report or course does not contain something. So you can simply take that and put it into your product. That's a great way to take what customers are saying and what they are not seeing in that product and making your product better. So while yes, it does cost money to outsource, it allows you more time to actually spend on the marketing side, getting vendors, finding them, and trying to get them to say yes, because that process does take a lot of time. So here's how to outsource this process if you want to find an expert and get somebody else to do it for you so that you can speed this process up. Because yes, this is a business and businesses do take time to run, and you want to try to outsource as much as possible so that you can grow your company. Otherwise, you will spend too much time invested inside of your company and working inside of your company that you will not bring in a lot of profit. So let's go ahead and I'll show you where to outsource these mediums. Okay, so before I show you how to outsource things and how to do it correctly, I know a lot of people will say, well, I don't have money to invest into my business to outsource this process, and I want to learn how to do it myself. That's fine and all, and I'm not going to teach you how to do that in this particular course, because teaching you how to write an ebook or teaching you how to create a video course is a very complex thing to do. That can be done in a different video course. Now, the reason why I tell people always to try to outsource these processes is because you have writers who are gifted in writing. You have people who are gifted in creating videos. You want to leverage those people's skill sets to produce the best quality product as much as possible. And this is a business. So you're going to have to invest in your business. So me personally, I would say go out and find somebody who is an expert in writing, who is an expert in video creation, and let them do the work. But before you can get them to create a high quality product and use their skill set, you have to create an outline. All right, so let me show you how to briefly create a very quick and easy outline. Now, obviously, I've opened up Notepad. You don't have to open up Notepad. You can open up anything you want, but I like to write down the purpose. So what I've done in the past is I've done some research about the buyers, the vendors, obviously, just care about the buyers and want to make sure that the buyers are going to be happy. So in this case, let's say, for example, that I am going to approach vendors that are related to some product niche that deals with like weight loss. So the purpose of my high value offer is I am going to offer perhaps a recipe book or something related to weight loss, maybe something like diet. It doesn't have to be necessarily recipes. It can be, but it can be a doorway into something else. So what do I mean by that? Well, this offer could be a high value offer. And maybe I offer this product, and the purpose of this is to maybe educate people about diet and foods. And maybe it gives them a couple recipes. But ultimately, in that product, my goal is to probably ultimately try to sell more recipes. So maybe I want to get them into a monthly membership site down the road. So it gives them a taste now, but it actually builds the list and it helps you get them through the doors. So my ultimate goal here is to get them to join my membership site or get them to buy another product that is related to maybe recipes. More recipes. So given that is the case, what is my ebook or video course or whatever, what is it going to be? Well, now that I have a strategy here and I have a direction of what purpose it's going to be, how do I educate people about diet and foods? Well, obviously you're going to know better, but you need to give the writer or the video course creator some sort of guideline. Now, if you don't want to create all the content from scratch and you want to create a video course, typically what you want to do is you want to hire a writer. Now, most writers can go out and do some research and find information, and they'll be able to write a report or an ebook. But before they can do that, you have to create an outline. So in this case, we can educate people about diet and foods. So as far as weight loss goes, we can type in what are the top 30 foods that will naturally lower weight. So we can ask the writer to go out and find the top 30 foods. And then from that, we can ask them to find maybe 30 recipes based on each element that will lower weight loss or help people to lessen their weight. So the goal here is to give people direction. Now, like we showed you earlier, where's to find vendors, you can use that data. For example, you can go to Amazon.com, like I showed you in video number 5, and you can do research about vendors. But not only that, you can take a look at what their book is all about. You can get some ideas about that, and you can insert that into here. But what I'm trying to tell you is you have to give the article writer some guidance as to what they need to do. And then you give it to them and they have that right guidance, then they can create a wonderful report, a wonderful ebook that could easily also be converted to a video. So let's talk about sites where you can go to. There are several sites that I've used personally, and one site is called Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com. Now, Fiverr.com basically allows you to find people to create work for you, whether it's graphics, writing, videos for you, audio, music, business, or anything else for you. You literally can find just about everything at Fiverr.com. Now, Fiverr.com allows vendors to basically create services for you for $5 each. Now, you can typically add on to that. So, for example, if we go through here and we want them to maybe do some business, actually, we'll get them to do some articles and blog posts. And what I normally do is I try to do something like the seller level. New sellers I typically avoid. I like to do top rated sellers or level 2 or even level 1. That's fine. So let's just choose that, see what we get. Do English language. So now what you can see is you are left with the vendors that have really high ratings. All right. So what I would normally do is I would normally sort that by this, and then I would look at the top, find the person that I want that fits what I need, and then I would contact the top 3 people. And whoever gets back to me the fastest, that's a good test to figure out if they are reliable, if they're excited or not. If they take like 24 to 48 hours or more to get back to you, just ignore them, move on. Find somebody who responds quick and who actually writes accurately. So if they respond and their grammar is not clear and correct, then move on to the next person. So what you're trying to do is a vetting process, which allows you to figure out which freelancer is good or not. Now, keep in mind that it's not always going to cost $5. So you obviously will need to give the outline to that freelancer and ask them, hey, how much is it going to cost? Now, if you take a look at some of these article gigs, let's click on this one here. You'll see that they have different options. So for the $30 premium, you can have somebody research and write up to 1,000 words, 2 revisions, 5 focus keywords, and within 2 days delivery. So what you could easily do is you can get somebody to write your report or your ebook, and then you take that script and then you go find somebody under the video section and you ask them to read the report or ebook and turn it into a video. So if you look for spokespersons and testimonials, you can go up here, video animation spokespersons at the top. If you go over here, you can find people that fit the demographics. And that's the reason why we did a demographic research on Facebook Audience Insights. This allows you to pick and choose the demographics, which fits your audience best, and then create a video course by having them read the script that the article writer created. So now you have a report and a video that you can give away for free. And by adding video, what it does is it actually increases the perceived value of your product, because now you have video and you have a report, which you could ask somebody to add images to create into an ebook. So that's literally how easy it is to use Fiverr.com to get somebody to create an article or report or ebook and then convert that into a video course. Now, Fiverr.com is not the only place that you can go to. There are other sites. There's another site called Guru.com. This is another great site that we have tested and used. And of course, another site is called Upwork.com. That's upwork.com. And this is another great site to find freelancers who are willing to write for you, and really high quality ones at that as well. So that's it. Remember, outsource as much as possible, because this is your business and you should be spending time marketing your business, not actually working inside of your business. Because let's be honest, if you are not well versed in article writing or video creation and you try to create that product, most likely it's going to take more time, and time is money, and the value may be lower if you are not well versed in that area. So at the end of the day, it's just cheaper and better to outsource. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 8, and we're going to talk about the first strategy for building your list. Now, obviously, this is what we have built up to this point, and we know that we are going to approach vendors. Now, before you approach vendors and try to get them to say, yes, I will put your offer on the thank you page, you want to do a few things. Now, this is not necessarily required, but this is going to help you get more yeses. So once you have everything in hand, what we highly recommend that you do is you set up your product on a real sales page. Now, you might be thinking, oh, this is so hard to do, but in reality, what I recommend that you do is taking what you learned in the previous video about getting a script written, finding a video spokesperson on Fiverr to read that script. All you have to do is you can do the same thing. Just get a script written, and you can find somebody like a copywriter to write a very, very short script that explains what your product is all about, how it's beneficial, what it offers, and just give it to a video spokesperson, get them to create the video, then upload that video onto a sales page with a buy button. And you can create buy buttons super easy via PayPal. Now, if you have any problems, you can get somebody else to create your sales page, but it's really not a complex process. The reason why we want to do this is because we want to put your product out in the public so that the public can see that you are actually selling this product. Like I said, it's not required, but what it does is it bumps up the perceived value of your offer. So when you actually approach vendors, you can say, hey, this product is actually being sold for $47, but I'm going to give it to your subscribers, your customers, for free. And it's going to be a win-win situation for your buyers, for you, because your buyers are going to be much happier, and then it's a win-win situation for everybody. So there are many different ways of approaching vendors, which we'll talk about in just a second, and how to approach these vendors with your specialized offers. So we're going to discuss what you must do and what you must avoid doing at all costs that can actually cost the deal. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that. Okay, so this process does take time. So a quick warning to you, but it's better to actually do this before you create your high value offer. And you really should be focusing more on this process than just actually creating the product itself. That's why I put so much emphasis on outsourcing your high value offer to somebody else, so you can focus primarily on this. Because really what it comes down to, this is very, very similar to joint ventures, building relationships and then getting vendors to say yes. It's very, very hard nowadays to approach a vendor or even approach somebody to get them to promote your product. And you really have to have a relationship or a connection between you and them, typically before they will say yes. Now, there are different ways to get them to say yes. And we'll talk about one way in this particular video, and then we'll talk about a different way in the video number 9. So this is basically the process. Step 1 is to create a connection. Now, how do you do that? Well, there are several different ways to do that. And the first way is, of course, to buy their product. So in this case, if we're going to do something on weight loss, specifically related to foods, then what we want to do is we want to find all the vendors that are not directly related to weight loss foods, but maybe they offer things like weight loss exercises or things that are not directly in competition that they would more likely say yes. So you can buy their product, or you can be their affiliate and promote their product, which we'll talk more about in the next video. So you got to have that connection. A lot of people feel like they approach people or as many people as possible and get them to say yes. It's better to approach 10 people or 5 people that you've done your research on and that you've created a connection with than just blanket trying to approach 50 or 100 people. At the end of the day, quality is more important than quantity. So make that connection. And this connection, as you can see, can be built over time. Step number 2 is building a relationship with them, talking with them. Subscribe to their newsletter. Every time they email out, respond with something actually interesting. Now, one mistake that I see a lot of people make is when a vendor emails out and they respond with, hey, will you buy my stuff or will you promote my stuff? That's a big no-no. You do not want to do that. You want to build a relationship with them. Instead of saying that, which is what everybody else does, respond with something like, hey, I really like your newsletter, or hey, I really thought that this was thought-provoking. And, so build a relationship with them, email them. You can even sell their product as an affiliate. If you make sales for them, which is what we'll talk about in the future videos, that will actually get the vendor's attention. Now, that's a different story for a different video. But really want to do is just build a relationship with them. And as you know, relationships take time to build. But if you can just get one yes from a big enough vendor, a lot of times that's just good enough. And then once you have that one vendor say yes, then getting other vendors to say yes is actually an easier process after that. Step 3, approach them when the time is right, after you have built that relationship. You see why I want you to kind of do this process before you even create your high value offer? Because this process does take time. And most people are not willing to do it. And because of that, that leaves open a large amount of opportunity. So for those of you who are the 1% action takers out there, it does take time, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. So step number 3, approach them when the time is right. Step 4, email them, but offer value. Every email or reply to them, it must be offering value. You don't want to ever get into this mindset of, you owe me, you need to promote my product, or you need to do this or that. That is the wrong mindset. And even if you feel wholeheartedly about that, don't ever get into that mindset, because unfortunately what's going to happen is if you get mad or you're mean or you spam them, for example, then what will happen is they're just not going to respond. So step 5, don't get mad, don't refund, don't be mean or anything, because highly likely if they're an authority in their niche, they are more likely to know other vendors. So if you get mad at them, they're going to tell their friends, or it might just come up in conversation. And if that's the case, then it's going to be hard to break in to that niche. Does that make sense? So that's the process. Very simple, very easy to do. As far as emailing them and trying to figure out what you should email them, just say, hey, just respond as a friend, as you would talk to a friend, and go from there. And then you can say, hey, for step 3, you can say, hey, I've got a product, not directly in competition with yours, but it's something that I really believe your buyers would really, really love. And I'm selling it for $47, but I really love your stuff and I really feel like this is something that's going to help your buyers. So I was wondering if you wanted to, I'm only going to offer these to a few vendors and I really like your stuff, so I wanted to offer that to you. So you see where we're going here? Because you have that connection, they're more likely to say yes. There's no guarantee, but they're more likely to do so if you've done the proper research. So with that said, let's move on to the next video, and I'm going to talk about a different way to create a connection without really building that close friend relationship. And in this type of strategy, you're going to be able to get on their radar quicker, and they're more likely to say yes. Hello and welcome back to video number 9, and this is the second strategy to building your list. And this deals with being an affiliate of the vendor that you're about to approach. And this is a great way to get vendors to say yes, because if you think about vendors, their motive and their goal is to make sales, right? So as an affiliate, you will be promoting them and making sales for them. And whenever you do that as a vendor, the affiliate oftentimes becomes high priority. So in that light, you can kind of get away with not building a relationship initially, rather than doing what we talked about in the previous video, which works great. Doing this route allows you to kind of bypass that and build a relationship very, very fast. And I'll explain in just a minute how you can go about doing this. So getting vendors to say yes can be tedious and time consuming, however, very well worth it. However, that said, there is another way to actually get them to come to you and get them to beg you. So this works really well. This is something that we have tested over time and works. So while you're doing what we talked about in the previous video, we recommend that you go ahead and start making some money as an affiliate. So while this is a topic for a different day, and we can talk about affiliate marketing day in and day out, we really want to focus on this and at least a brief overview of what you should be doing. So you can easily find products within a niche that you're in that have affiliate programs. In fact, in video number 5, where I show you how to go to a site called clickbank.com or even jvzoo.com, both of these sites are sites where you can find products to promote as an affiliate. So in doing so, you can actually promote the vendor's product, and if you start making some sales, a lot of times you'll become high priority on that vendor's radar. They see you making sales for them. If you contact them, more likely they're going to listen. And especially if you make sales for them and let's say for example, you're offering the product that you created as a bonus. So if they purchase, and they meaning the buyer, if the buyer purchases, let's say for example, the vendor's product through your affiliate link, a lot of times the vendor will give you such as 50%. Now, not only are you making money and building your own list, You're proving to the vendor, hey, people are actually buying through my affiliate link to get my bonus or high value offer for free by buying through my link. So it's proven. And when you approach the vendor, you say, hey, I've already made some sales and I'm giving away this offer that I normally charge, $47. And you can point them directly to the sales page that you set up that we talked about previously. Now, I've done this several times, and the reason why I say this works is because it works literally for us. We've done this as an affiliate where we have promoted a product that we created that is related to the vendor's product, and not only is it making sales for us as an affiliate, you become on the radar of the vendor. So the vendor sees you making sales for them. They are actually more likely to contact you. Or if you contact them and show them that you are making sales, you literally can bypass the making a relationship with them, because that essentially builds an instant relationship with them. So in doing so, a lot of times you can actually approach them and say, hey, I'm already making sales for you as an affiliate. I was wondering if you would be willing to promote this related offer to your list. Or I normally sell this for $47, and you can point them to your sales letter, but I'm offering people who buy through my link, my affiliate link, to buy from you, and I'm giving it to them for free. So why don't you just put this on your thank you page, and I'll offer the rest of your list of people who buy your product, this product for free. So you've already built kind of a instant relationship with them, and they're more likely to say yes. And we've tested this time and time and over again, and it works. And it literally bypasses what we talked about in the previous video. Now, affiliate marketing, it does take time to make some sales, but at the end of the day, it's easier to get people to say yes. In fact, if you can get somebody in that niche to say yes, you can approach a different vendor who is within that sub niche and say, hey, I offered this to so-and-so. They decided to add it to their thank you page. I was wondering if you would be willing to do the same, and I can be an affiliate for you as well. They are more likely to say yes. So this is another great way to get the vendor's attention. So how do you do this? How do you actually put this in practice? Because we talked about the what's and the whys. Let me briefly talk about the hows, and then later on I'm going to talk about how you can find the vendor's email address and contact information so that you can contact them. Now, in order to do affiliate marketing, we recommend that you make a video, perhaps an honest review that is reviewing the vendor's product. So a lot of times you can actually contact the vendor and say, hey, I would like to promote your product as an affiliate, but I need to have the product in hand so I can do an honest review and I can start making sales for you. So what we recommend that you do is you make that honest review, you upload it to YouTube, and you optimize it for the keyword vendor product name, review, and bonus. Now, obviously you replace the vendor product name with the actual product name, and then you put review and bonus in the title and in the description. You upload it to YouTube, and then you become an affiliate and you promote it as an affiliate. You could say, here's a review of the product. This is the pros, here's the cons. Now, we really like the product, but we feel like you would get more value if you had this product, and this product would be your product. So you could say, I normally sell it for $47, as you can see here, point to the sales page. But if you buy this vendor's product, I will give it to you for free if you buy through my affiliate link. So that would be the video. And then, of course, to get it ranked, you can buy some backlinks from Fiverr.com to get it ranking. Backlinks meaning you would get some links linking directly to your YouTube video. So with that said, let me show you how to find the vendor's information so you can talk to them, get access to a complimentary copy of the product so that you can do the review, and then you can start that relationship. So as far as finding the contact information for the vendor itself, a lot of times when it comes to affiliate programs, if you go to the vendor's affiliate program page, a lot of times it'll be listed there, or they'll ask you to fill in your email address, which then they'll email you affiliate materials that you can use to promote their products. And a lot of times they'll provide you with their best contact information because they want to provide as much support as possible to their affiliates. Now, let's say, for example, clickbank.com. If you go to the affiliate marketplace, you type in a keyword, let's say, for example, diabetes. And if we scroll down and we sort by gravity, as I said earlier in video number 5, it allows you to see whether a product is actually making sales or not for affiliates. So if we scroll down here, we can see this one has a high gravity. So let's open this one here and this one here. So typically you can find the affiliate information at the very bottom of the page, of the sales page. So for example, this sales page here, if we scroll down to the bottom, we can see there's an affiliate page here. So if we scroll down, we can see that they do provide some information, and there's a contact right here. So you can fill this in. You can say, hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm interested in selling your product. Please contact me here. So simple email just opens the line of communication. It gets them to contact you. And then same thing here. So we open this product here, which is a paleo diet. If we scroll down to the bottom, we can see affiliates. We click on this link and then we're sent to here. So it says to sign up for our affiliate program and get updates, blah, blah, blah. Fill in your email here. You can fill in the email here. They're going to send you something. And typically the email that they send it from is going to be their email if they want you to make as many sales as possible. So as you can see here, okay, so there's a link here. This is already an affiliate. If we click here, so sometimes you have to investigate a little bit, but if you scroll down, you'll eventually see an email somewhere. So it says, here's a contact for preferred affiliate support. So you can say, if you need anything at all, contact our affiliate support team at here. So you can contact this. And if you do get a support team and you don't really get access to the vendor or the owner, you can build a relationship here and then ask to speak to the actual owner. Oftentimes, most of these clickbank.com products, most of these are actually the affiliate support team or the customer support team is actually the vendors themselves. So that gives you kind of a direct access to the product vendor themselves. And then of course you can build that relationship as an affiliate, and of course it's an easy way in. With that said, congratulations, you have reached the end of this video course, and I hope you have enough information that you can use and understand how the system works and how you can utilize this to literally build your list on autopilot.